Natalie Portman just said some stuff about Thor 4 that she definitely should not have said. But is it true? Let's break it down. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Smash that like button. Let's get right to this report. Yes, Natalie Portman's comments about the Thor 4 storyline are making the waves around on the internet. And although I do want to talk about what Natalie said in the interview, I'm not as convinced as many other people out there that that's totally a thing. And I'd like to just take a second to remind you all that after the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, rumors about that show being completely reworked and being delayed, and they go home Rogered that whole crew, it was like the next day, Ewan McGregor was on the red carpet or some kind of an interview for Birds of Prey and said that all of the scripts look good.
Put on hold, it's just been pushed back a little bit, just for scripts, and the scripts are excellent and they just want them to be better. And so we just pushed it back, but it's very dramatic, it would seem online, like there's all kinds of online about it, but it's only just slid back a bit. But we're still shooting it. I still think it'll still be aired when it was meant to be, and I'm really excited about it. It'll be fun to play again.
And I don't say that to dog on Ewan McGregor or any actors in general, but you just got to understand that actors are just going to say actor things. They lie. They tell mistruths. They make things up on the fly. And so we can't just take what actors say as gospel, especially when it comes to a Marvel Studios movie. Before we talk about what's actually going on in Thor 4, let's talk about Jane Foster's newest comments. This comes from a new interview with Natalie Portman for Fatherly. When asked about Thor 4, she says, "I can't tell you that much. I'm really excited. I'm starting to train to get muscles. If there can be all these female superheroes, the more of them they are, the better it is. I'm trying to think. It's based on the graphic novel of the mighty Thor. She's going through cancer treatment and is a superhero on the side." Okay, so cue your modern day media out there to do a bunch of different reports, articles, videos, etc., about this, and you'll see a tons of different headlines. In fact, we might have one similar that's something like Thor 4, Jane Foster cancer storyline confirmed, and etc., taking this little piece that she said in the interview and extrapolating out that this is indeed what is going on for Thor 4. However, Taika Waititi has actually recently spoken about this exact point. When Jojo Rabbit was blowing up, he did an interview with Variety where he said this. When asked about exploring this exact plot line, Taika answered, "We don't know. That comic book run was a big inspiration and was an influence on the first few drafts. But at Marvel, we always change everything. I could say one thing right now, and in 2 years, it will be the complete opposite, or that thing won't exist. We continue writing even in post-production." He continues to say, "We test the film. We shot for 2 weeks on Thor with our pickups. There were huge character changes, huge story changes. We reshot entire scenes. I think that's why they do good work. They're relentless in their pursuit of just a good movie." Okay, so one of two things is going on here, okay? Natalie Portman is being correct that the cancer storyline and that the Mighty Thor comic book is going to be adapted, and that is really the majority of what you'll see in that film. That's the main thread. Then you have Taika Waititi talking about how that was an inspiration and a big inspiration on the first few drafts, but they're changing things, and it's likely not to be the core of the film. So let me explain what I think is going on, because you can make up your own mind for this, but I'm going to go ahead and side with Taika Waititi. Now, that is not to say that the cancer storyline won't be a part of what they do with Thor Love and Thunder, but that's not the entirety of it. It is going to be a love story between Natalie and Thor. Taika has been pretty open about that, so I think that is going to be a big part of it. In fact, here's what Chris Hemsworth said about the script for Love and Thunder, and we can assume this is the actual shooting script because they are starting to get ready to shoot this movie. He says, "After reading the script, I can say that I am very excited. For sure, there will be a lot of love and a lot of lightning in this production. I'm glad that after all that happened in Avengers Endgame, I'm still part of the Marvel Universe and we can continue the story of Thor. Of course, I can't tell you anything about the plot, but to satisfy your curiosity, I'll say that I had a lot more fun reading the script than on Thor Ragnarok. And that proves something, because this movie was brilliant." And earlier in the year, Taika Waititi hosted a watch party during our quarantine for Thor Ragnarok. And he had on Ruffalo, he had Tessa Thompson on, he had Hemsworth on, and there were a couple of interesting things said about the film then. Taika Waititi said, "Thor Love and Thunder is just so over the top now in the very best way. It makes Ragnarok seem like a very run-of-the-mill, very safe film." He added, "It's like 10-year-olds told us what should be in a movie, and we said yes to every single thing." So given some of the other comments that have been made about the film as well, how do you now take Natalie Portman's new comments about the story. Do you think that that cancer story is really going to play a big part in the plot? Because I don't. I think it could still be a part of it, but 10-year-olds told us to put stuff in the movie and we were like, yes, yes, yes. More bombastic than Ragnarok makes Ragnarok look like a safe movie? Well, I'm sorry, guys. Like, yeah, we're probably going to see that cancer storyline and that will play a part of it, but that ain't even close to what the actual plot of the film is going to be. I think this movie is going to be wild, and that cancer thing is going to just be a little bit of a twist, maybe a little part of the plot, but overall, ridiculous things happening in Thor 4, and I think it's going to go crazy cosmic. I mean, you've got Christian Bale as the villain. There's all this multiversal stuff going on. Thor is in a really interesting place. I think this film is going to be fan-freaking-tastic. But that is the news, guys. New comments from Natalie Portman making waves, man, seemingly confirming the cancer storyline will be a part of Thor Love and Thunder. A bunch of people taking that way too far to think that that is going to be the crux of the plot, and then we went over some of the other things that were said this year for Thor, for Love and Thunder. So, of course, let us know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. And now let's shout out Mason Edwards. Yes, indeed, it is Hawkeye that is rumored to appear in the Black Widow movie. Now let's ask another nerd card question before we get out of here. I want to know, what is the name of the weapon that Gore the God Butcher wields in Marvel Comics? If you like this video, make sure you drop a like on it. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you thinking? You need to subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. If you're enjoying the content over here, then you will absolutely love the live streams we do straight from Nerdvengers Tower Monday through Friday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.